Hello and welcome to another candle talk video. Now, this one was supposed to be a talk about summer candles. However, we have had an unprecedented heat wave in the UK. We've had week after week of gorgeous sunshine, and as a result, I've not really been in burning candles that much. And the ones that I have got are kind of like Yankee, Midsummer Night, and just generic Bath and Body Works, seaside candles. So probably been reviewed 100 times already. So I thought I won't do the summer video. And as you know, spring and summer isn't really my key seasons. That's autumn and winter. However, I was told on YouTube via another YouTuber called Sentia Yoga. I hope I pronounced that right. That True Grace were releasing 10 new candles. This was back in May, I think, April, May. And since then, True Grace have indeed released 5 new candles. Now, I don't know where the other 5 have gone. I'm hoping that they will be coming soon and there'll be more autumn-winter fragrances, because then I can go mad on them. I can do another review video for you. But this collection is very much summer. An English summer in the countryside with a nod to the sea. So I bought all 5. I will review them for you now. We will start with Chesil Beach. Now, of the 5 candles, 3 of them are from the Village line, so in white boxes with clear glass, and 2 are from the Manor range, so black boxes and smoked glass, like that. So we'll do the Village ones first. This is Chesil Beach. Now, in case you don't know, Chesil Beach is a beach down on the Dorset coast, I think, in the south of England. I don't think this candle has any link to it per se. I think it's just that the makers of True Grace, they come from down south, and I think it's just, a beach where they have spent a lot of time, so it's kind of linked to them. I was a little bit concerned when I read Chesil Beach, because True Grace already do a seaside fragrance called Seashore, and that's very ozonic, very seaweed. So I was kind of thinking, is it going to be more of the same thing? As you know, each True Grace candle comes with a little description, so I'll read this one to you. On the beach, watching the changing skies, sun-bleached pebbles and driftwood, a tang of salt and fresh seaweed, for a moment you are alone. Now, even with that, I thought, that sounds like it's going to be very much like Seashore. Luckily, it's nothing like Seashore. The scent notes are lemon, lime, eucalyptus, peppermint, camphor, and amber. And it's just such a lovely, fresh smell. The lemon and lime and the citrus are the notes that come through. So you've got that mix of the citrus fruit, you've got the freshness of eucalyptus, and it does kind of, in a way, work. It does kind of really make you think of being down by the sea or the coast. It works definitely for me slightly because as a child going to the beach, I grew up on lemon and lime slush puppies, so this kind of smells like the taste of that. So it instantly takes me back to my childhood at the beach. A really, really nice candle, and not really something you'd see a lot. I don't think I've smelled anything like this before in another candle. You've just said the lime really comes through, as does the eucalyptus and the lemon. A really good candle, and a really good performer. This filled the room with the lemon and lime and eucalyptus. A real nice freshness. This would really suit summer daytimes, I would say. Especially in the mornings, that freshness really helps you awake. So definitely a candle to try. I've not seen the only places I've seen this new range available is on the True Grace website and in John Lewis. And in John Lewis it was online. The one near me in Sheffield I went to, and they didn't have the actual candles. So I do feel if you want to take the plunge with these, you will have to buy them on blind faith. If you live in London, or if you live near Bath and the True Grace shop, you can possibly go in and smell them, but otherwise I think you might struggle. And that was Chesil Beach, really nice candle. The next one is Mimosa. Now, it's in a slightly different box. You see it's a slightly smaller size as well. I'll explain that in just a second. The description on Mimosa: bright yellow blooms like a cloud of bumblebees herald the end of winter, a fresh green and gentle woody scent filling the air. So the end of winter, so this is more aimed at spring, but once again, kind of in the countryside, all those lovely flowers. Now, I don't know what mimosa smells like, to tell you the truth. It's not a scent I've ever come across. However, luckily for me, my friend absolutely loves it. It's one of his favourite fragrances. So I asked him to smell this, and he said to him, it didn't smell like mimosa. So that could be a bit of a bad thing. To me, it smells florally. There's almost kind of like a honeysuckle kind of quality to it, which is odd because that's not in the scent notes. The scent notes are mimosa pollen, heliotrope, ozone, almond, I think it was violet, and raspberry. I do get the almond. It's weird. The almond to me, I think, comes across slightly as honeyed. It's like flowers, green flowers and honey. I can see why it would be a springtime fragrance. It does work. It has got that fresh, blooming quality to it. Yeah, and I think if you like floral, you'll like this. But according to my friend, it doesn't smell of mimosa, so that could be a disappointment if you are hoping for the smell of mimosa. Now, the reason it is in this box and this style is True Grace on their website. They do a promotion quite often. You spend £50 and you get a free candle. And throughout the release of this range, every week they made one of these new fragrances available as a free candle in a gift size. I kind of knew I probably would like mimosa the least because it's floral. So I thought, well, I don't really want to spend money on that, so I'll make that one my free candle. And I'm kind of glad I did. If I just get the Chesil Beach back out, I can show you the size difference. So that's the normal candle you get. This is the free gift candle. As you can see, it's got more of a weighted bottom. There's less wax in it, and it is a little bit smaller. But I'm glad I chose that as a free candle. I don't think personally I would buy it again. It's just not my cup of tea. And also, it was very light. Now, light candles do have a place, I think. Some people online always, are disparaging of light candles. They want strong all the time. And, I can see their point of view. I like strong candles. But I think, like I said, light candles have their place. If you've got guests around and you want a fragrance, but you don't want anything overpowering, then something like this would work. So your guests would arrive, they'd smell it. Oh, that's lovely. Carry on with the evening, forget about it. And then as they move around, they'll pick up the fragrance again. And this is kind of what you get with this. If you're sat in the room with it, it quickly fades. You do have to keep moving around. So, possibly something like this might be good in a cloakroom or on the landing, somewhere where, people are walking past, so they'll get that quick sniff of it. But I wouldn't use it as just a standalone in the living room candle, because it's just not strong enough for me. So that was Mimosa. A little bit disappointing, but you can't win, you can't have it all. From slightly disappointing to just amazing excitement comes Rainstorm. Now, I've read a few little things online from various online shops saying that, they'd received some True Grace candles and this was the one that excited them the most. This was their favourite. So I thought, ooh, I might have to buy that one. I'll just give you the little read-up. It says, a sudden downpour stops. The sun casts light through the clouds and the earth releases an intoxicating scent, the charming English weather, which is quite amusing because we haven't had rain for weeks, it seems. I was very excited about this, and I'll tell you why. One of my favourite smells in nature is petrichor. Petrichor is the smell of rain. When you've had, a lot of hot sunny days and it's not rained for a while, and then suddenly it rains and it hits that dry earth, you get that real earthy, soily aroma, and I absolutely love that. It's never been captured in a candle before, as far as I'm aware. Any time that there's been a rain-themed candle from, Yankee or Colonial or Woodwick or what have you, they've always been slightly disappointing. They've not actually smelt like rain. It's just been a kind of a fantasy version of rain. It's always smelt kind of florally, watery, fruity. Not really my cup of tea. So the closest I came was Etsy. I bought a few candles from various vendors on Etsy. I won't name and shame because it was a while ago. I don't even think I can remember who it was. But they had candles which were called things like Hobbit Hole and Cellar. And it kind of, you thought, oh, they'll smell quite, you know, mouldy and dusty and those kind of smells that I like natural smells. And on cold sniff they did, but when I melted them, not a thing. So I was a little bit cautious with buying this. I did think, is it just going to be the same as those? But it really, really, really impressed me. Oh, it's such a gorgeous smell. If you love that smell of the soil and, you know, when the rains hit the earth and it releases that aroma, you will love this. The scent notes, it has actual scent notes of soil and earth as well as ozone, melon. I think there's a bit of patchouli in there as well. But it all comes together to create such a gorgeous fragrance. And really strong. Now, you'll notice I've not burned this, and that's because I actually bought a second one. That's how much I love it. And doubly so because, as I said, I don't really buy spring and summer candles. I think this is the first ever spring summer candle, which I thought, oh my god, I need to buy another one of those. Because to me, it's just a gorgeous smell. Now, it works for me. I think it could be a bit of a love-hate thing. You know, people might smell this and think, oh my god, what is that? It's that type of thing. But I love that. It's one of the reasons why I love True Grace. Yes, you can get your lavender candles, your rose candles, you know, the normal stuff. Every now and again they'll throw a curveball and you'll get something like this that you just weren't expecting and doesn't seem to be available anywhere else. They've done it before. They've released candles like Parlour, Sacristy, Burlington, all candles which to me are very unique. Other candle companies as of yet haven't really replicated the smell. Just gorgeous. And I think with this one actually you could get away with burning it any time of the year. I think it does work in the summer because that's when you're more likely to get these thunderstorms and, you know, that smell of earth. You don't usually get it so much in the winter or in the autumn. But just beautiful. If you can, definitely give this a smell. Just one of my favourites. I really, really enjoy it. That's all of the village range, and we'll move on to the manor range, of which there are two. The first one is English Summer. The description is, the sun fades from orange to purple, suntan lotion lingers on warm skin, soothed by day spent in sunshine, orange blossom prevails. And it really does. But I think that's definitely the strongest note. I think this candle, in its scent notes, has a lot of orange in it. There's orange blossom, mandarin, bitter orange. I think there's cinnamon in there, ginger, carnations. A little bit, tiny little bit spicy. But the orange blossom comes through. It's a really nice evening candle. You could have quite a nice day by burning Chesil Beach in the morning and in the daytime. And then as the sultry evening comes on, burn English Summer. It's a lovely, gorgeous smell. The only slight disappointment was, once again, it was a light candle. It wasn't as light as Mimosa. It was a little bit more detectable. But personally, I could have done with it being a little bit stronger. However, I think, without sounding sexist, I think women would really like this. There was a gorgeous... it's hard to explain, but I think women would like this. It just seems a very feminine fragrance, but really nice. As I said, very sultry. Really suits a summer evening. I'm not getting suntan lotion, but I don't think it's supposed to be an exact copy of suntan lotion. I think it's supposed to be that just that feeling of when you've been out in the sun all day and you've got you know lovely bronzed arms and you've had suntan lotion on, but it's kind of faded now, and you've got all these smells around you of orange blossom, of honeysuckle, all these lovely scents mingling together. I think that's what's trying to capture. Really lovely. Now this must be quite popular because John Lewis had all of these fragrances available online, and at the time of making this video, English Summer is no longer available online on John Lewis, completely out of stock. Whether it's because John Lewis only had a limited amount, or whether it's because it's just been such a nice summer that people are, investing in these types of candles, I don't know. But yeah, this was sold out on John. You can still get it from True Grace. The last candle brings us all the way through summer to late summer and possibly even early autumn. This is Bramble. Now, Bramble is an alternative name for blackberries, so you kind of get the gist. The write-up says, blackberries from the rambling brambles in the hedgerow, berry-stained fingers as we dodge nettles and thorny roses to fill our baskets. Now, if I can get this open. This is a very kind of late summer, early autumn candle. Those notes of blackberry and rose, that really comes through. It's very, very strong. Yeah, blackberries kind of start to fruit now, but will become mature more in mid to late August and early September, and roses will bloom all the way through to the autumn. So they do go very well together, and I think it's a scent that's becoming very popular. I think Diptyque do one called Bays. I think St Ebor do one, I think it's called Blackcurrant Flower, and they're all kind of very similar. This rose and blackberry / blackcurrant. Now, once again, I was kind of worried because True Grace already do a candle called Blackcurrant. It was originally called Blackcurrant Leaves, and I thought it would be a little bit more of the same. But whereas Blackcurrant Leaves has more of a green, mossy, earthy note to it, this is much more perfumed. The rose is much stronger here. You've got the blackcurrant and the blackberry, but I think the rose comes through just a little bit more. Off the top of my head, I think other scent notes in here are plums and geranium. Yeah, you do actually get some of the geranium, the greenness there. But a really nice candle. Once again, it suits the evening, I think. The Manor candles always do. I don't know if it's because of the black boxes, but the Manor candles are always a little bit more sultry, not quite so fresh as the Village candles. So I think this will be perfect for a late summer evening, or even an early autumn. You still get that lovely weather through early autumn into September. I think this would really work. If you're a fan of Diptyque's Bays or St Ebor or any of those kind of rose and berry mashed candles, I think you'll definitely enjoy this one. It's very, very lovely. Very lovely fragrance. And that is it. That's all 5 candles. Now, just a little heads up. Like I said, you can get these on True Grace. You can get them from various online boutiques. You tend to find with the online boutiques that they tend to do 1 or 2. They don't usually have the whole range. Like I said, if you want to smell them for yourself, you'll either need to find a John Lewis that is stocking them, or you'll have to go to either the shop in Burlington Arcade in London or their shop in Bath and give them a good sniff. Otherwise you will have to just take a chance on it. On the True Grace website you can get the candles, and you can also get the reed diffusers. At the moment they've not released the scented leaves. I don't know if they're going to. I really do hope they do. It's a really good way of trying a scent before forking out for a full price candle. However, there are some formats which are exclusive to John Lewis. I was quite surprised by this, but John Lewis released the candles before True Grace, so I can only assume they had some sort of deal. And part of that deal, they've released formats that are exclusive to John Lewis. You can't get them from True Grace, you can't get them from the other shops. For the Village candles, Chesil Beach, Mimosa and Rainstorm, they've also released them in the tin candles that are more associated with the walled garden range, like this one. This is Rainstorm. Like I said, bought from John Lewis, the only place you can buy Rainstorm or Village or Mimosa or Chesil Beach in a tin. Roughly still the same size. If I get the Rainstorm out of the box again, that is the jar candle, that is the tin candle. Now, it said the wax finish is there, so actually size-wise, you're probably getting more or less the same. But the tin candles are cheaper. The tin candles are £20. The glass candles are £30, so there's a £10 difference there. So you might want to get a tin candle and try it. I think they work just as well. I've been burning Rainstorm from the tin and it's through perfectly. So definitely one to go for. For the village candle, for the manor candle, sorry, they have released room sprays. Here is the room spray for Bramble. As I've said, unfortunately now, English Summer has completely sold out on John Lewis, the whole range, candle, diffusers and spray. Like I said, I don't know if that'll be coming back, but I got one for Bramble. I've never really touched upon the room sprays before, so I might as well do it now. They come in a lovely little glass bottle. Basically the room sprays are, you know, a perfumed version of the candle, so that's exactly the same as the candle, just in a room spray. Talking of room sprays, it can be a little bit of an odd topic. I think people assume that they will do as well as a candle, but what you have to remember is a candle will smell as long as it's burning. With the room spray, you spray it, and then the particles kind of will start falling back to the earth, and so the scent will not last as long as a candle. What I would do with a room spray is I would buy it in tandem with a candle. So Bramble candle, Bramble room spray. When I get home from work, I would light the candle. It's going to take a good half an hour to fully cool and for that scent to fully develop. So in the meantime, I would spray the house spray around, and therefore you get that scent straight away. And then as the room spray is fading, so the candle is growing in strength and will take over. So you should have a constant smell. I think they retail for about £25 to £30. I can't remember off the top of my head. But I think they're a really nice idea, and I think they're a really nice gift idea. If you buy both, as I said, you buy the corresponding candle and room spray, pack them, wrap them together and give them as a gift. That's a really nice present that's going to last a good while. You can use the fragrances on linen. I put it on my clothes sometimes if it's a fragrance I really quite like. I wouldn't put it on my skin. I know that there are people out there who wear room sprays, and best of luck to them. I wouldn't do it personally. I have quite sensitive skin, and they're not made for skin. I don't know what chemicals are in this. It's definitely alcohol, but after that I don't know, and I don't know what it's going to do to my skin, so I wouldn't risk it. Just on clothes, spray some in your bedroom, before you're going to go to bed at night, and then have a lovely fragrance as you go to sleep, especially if it's more of a relaxing scent, lavender based or something. The downside with the fragrance, with the room sprays, is they're not available for every scent. If you go on the website, True Grace website, there's about 50 to 60 current fragrances on the True Grace website, and only about a third of them will have a corresponding room spray. I think it's only their more popular scents that get the room spray treatment. A bit of a shame, because there are fragrances out there which I would love the room spray for, but they don't do it because it's not as popular, I guess. So that is it. That is the full True Grace review. Like I said, originally it was announced that there'd be 10 candles, and there have only been 5, so I'm hoping that more are on the way and there'll be more autumn-winter based. But in the meantime, the next video, hopefully, will be the first of a 4-part series journeying from autumn, early autumn, all the way through to winter, late winter, early spring. The first video will hopefully focus on early autumn, the harvest fragrances, berries and apples and fruits, all those lovely fragrances which you do associate with early autumn as the fruit is ripening on the trees. As we move to the second video, that will concentrate more on October and November, mid to late autumn, so we've got those more comforting scents as we withdraw into our homes from the outside. So log fires and spice and woodiness, those types of fragrances. Video 3 will all be about Christmas, the whole month of December. All those lovely, orangey, cinnamony candles, which are just always gorgeous at that time of year. And then the 4th video will move past Christmas into January, February, a time which I think is kind of overlooked with candles. So I'll try and get some candles which I think really suit that time of the year. So hopefully you will join me for that. I hope to get the first one up. I hope to get each one up before its relevant season. So I hope to get the first one up, mid-August, mid to late August, before September rolls around. So if you like any of the candles in that video, you can then go and buy them. It will be a mix of candles. There will be True Grace. There will be St. Evil, there will be Woodwick, there will be the White Company. Hopefully there will be things like Diptyque, which I've never tried before. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you very, very soon. Have a lovely summer, and I will see you in August. Thank you. Bye-bye.